Hello YouTube, this is my review of the Super Reef Octopus 6000 external skimmer. I have this sitting inside of a Aqueon 120-gallon fish tank as my sump. The website for the Super Reef Octopus, when I ordered it, I was concerned would it fit inside my fish tank. And the measurements provided on the website told me yes, they would fit fine. But when I actually got it, it's a little bigger than the website says. Not by much. We're talking, a centimeter or two, but it would barely fit per my guesstimation on the website. And then when I got it, it wouldn't fit. So because of that being a centimeter bigger, so what I had to do is cut the lip on the edge of here, the whole length, and on the back. Where the glass would normally sit on the fish tank, and then you still had to stick it in there in a particular way that I can't even remember how I did it, but I just kind of twisted and turned and it finally went in. Once it's in past the black lip, it does sit square in the tank, and it looks good too, I think. Perfect fit. I'm very impressed with the Super Reef Octopus skimmer for the quality of the build. For the price. And that being said, I wish it was cheaper because this one costs $750. And I bought it just before the price increase occurred. So it's actually more money now. Now this skimmer, depending on which website you read, is rated for 550 gallons to 650 gallon. My tank has about 850 gallons of water in it. It all depends on the sump height, but it's around that, and it does a great job. I would have loved to get a bigger one, but to get a bigger one I would have had to have a bigger sump or use it external, and it is an external rated sump, but I like to run the external skimmers inside of a sump just for peace of mind, safety. This is the way I do it. The next size up wouldn't fit in here, and I would have had to use a 180-gallon fish tank, and then I wouldn't have had room on the front inside of the line of the stand to put reactors. I would have had to put the reactors inside the sump, and that complicates maintenance for me. Plus I can set items out here. The skimmer works very, very well. It's designed very, very well. I modified its hookup. It came with a hose barb fitting here in a hard plumbing glue-on fitting. I changed that to a pressed sort of John Gust style hose fitting. So all I gotta do is push in that ring and the hose can come right out. I also hooked it up with a 3/4 inch ball valve that's fed off of my main return pump. Same deal here, press fitting. The sump has this hose that's attached to the inside of the skimmer head, so if you get a bunch of water up there or excessive skim mate that it fills up to this point, the intake line will actually suck it back in to where you don't get an overflow. Now I've done that on purpose to see what happens, and you'll get foam wetness out the vent holes in the lid, and those potentially could, if the lid hangs over the side of the sump like this one does, you could get some water off the back of the sump just from the foam as it dissolves and the bubbles pop. But that's not been an issue for me. It does have a drain line here. Down here you just open that valve and the water will drain out of it, which I think is great. It runs off the bubble blaster pump, which dumps ungodly amounts of air into the chamber. There is a bubble plate on the bottom that helps diffuse the bubbles. I don't know if that's really beneficial in a non-commercial skimmer, but it is a nice feature. There is a anti-siphon tube here to help break any back pressure into the skimmer reaction chamber. To be honest, it just got hooked up. I had it in a box, and I've been running it now for, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months without it. But I did install it, and it does discharge the water below the water level, so it's pretty quiet. All the fittings are top quality. The plumbing's top quality. It's supposed to run off of 750 gallons of water per hour. I'm guessing that's what it's getting. I don't know at this point. I have a flow meter that I'm going to attach here to verify that, but right now the ball valve is wide open, and it seems to be the perfect amount. If I had a complaint, let me see. The neck is so big. I'm going to try to do this one-handed so you can see what I'm talking about. You have to stick your hands in here on both sides like you're choking it, and then pry up with the back of your hands. And sometimes the rubber seal is so good that you have a hard time popping it free. And then when you do pop it free, it breaks free. And it's not happened to me, but I'm afraid this lid's going to go flying and break. But I don't know if that's a complaint. But it does. Yeah, see, I can't even get it off one-handed. It's kind of tough, and especially when it's brand new. I was a little worried when I first got it. I was like, how am I going to get this thing off without hurting it, breaking it? But it does loosen up, even though it never becomes easy. There is a drain line here. I have it plugged. I am going to be making a collection chamber that's going to hang right there in the back of the sump to collect that. And I'm going to get the auto cleaning head to increase the efficiency. Adjustments are very nice with this knob here. Works very, very good. Hope that helps you out on considering the Super Reef Octopus 6000 external skimmer.